Sorry about that. And then the last update, let me see what else I had on the list to cover. I did mention also last week I contacted Crescent Cities for to set up the voting for the residents. I did not get a response. I emailed again and then I called and left a voicemail for the group that is supposed to be coordinating it. So I will call again this week and just really try to be persistent about getting through. I felt good that we've initially got a response pretty quickly and then there was just no response. So like I said, I went ahead and called and I left a voicemail, didn't get a reply to that. So we'll just keep working on trying to get in touch with them if we have to. I mean, we can go in person to Crescent Cities. So that might have to happen next week, but we'll keep trying. Okay, so I think I covered everything. Absentee ballots went out on Friday. They've been received. Ballot box has been received. Signage we're working on. New notices are up. Will be up tomorrow. Election materials will be ready next week. So we're moving right along. So now it's just like the little details of making sure the space is ready for the Board of Elections, making sure everybody knows about any parking restrictions. The first 5 parking spots right in front of Town Hall will be reserved for voters. And typically that's enough. We've not really ever had those all full at one time, but we can also reserve a couple on the street as well. So I've already coordinated with the school. Any municipal vehicles will be moved. So when we come in the morning, Sunday won't be an issue, of course, but for voting on election day, there should be plenty of spaces for the election judges to park in front of Public Works and then leave the other spaces available for residents. So that's really it, is just getting ready. We're continuing to push things out on social media and doing reminders and all of that good stuff. So it continues to lead on our constant contact emails each week. So yeah, it seems I've had some really good conversations with residents. It sounds like people are aware that the election is happening. I think I mentioned at the Easter egg hunt, lots of families, they all seem to know what was going on. So we shall see. We'll see what
Good deal.
it's like. So it's just a longer time. I was saying, I think we'll have to see how it goes with the early voting. It's going to be a lot for the election judges, but I think you guys will do great. So no worries on that. And yeah, so that's really everything I had. I guess the next section was voter outreach. And do we have any needs for more flyers or more signs or anything like that?
I do not. Farmers market is going to be big, and so that'll be good. And if there's signs up there, I think that'll help a lot. And I hope that people who are running for office are going around and talking to people. I haven't personally seen anyone, but I'm not here during the day, so I don't know if they're walking the neighborhoods or not. I hope they are, but can't control that part.
That would be great if that was happening. I'm not sure. I haven't heard
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
from anyone yet. So I think I also just on the items here on the list, we already talked about outreach to Crescent Cities, and I'll continue to be persistent on that.
Thank you.
We did get one submission for the sticker contest. I'm not sure, Heather, if you were able to open it. I couldn't open the submission, so you were good.
Yeah. Yep, I can open it and it looks like it's a submission from an adult artist.
Okay. All right.
And the deadline is today, right?
The deadline has passed.
So we got one submission?
Yes.
Winner, chicken dinner.
I can share my screen if folks want to see it.
Yeah, I would love to
That would
see
be
it.
great. That would
Okay.
be amazing. Let's make sure I can let you share your screen since I changed these security things. Go ahead.
Okay. Mm. I don't, oh, here it is. Okay. This is it.
Wow,
Okay.
great.
Oh, good deal. We got,
Is what it is.
yep. Okay, perfect. So we can get those printed and hand those out. So that's great.
Yeah, I'll send it to the RP Arts Committee,
Yep.
or crew of folks, who Pat recruited to look at it. And I'm hoping that they will just look at it and tell me yes, and then we could order them, in the next day or two instead of having to wait until Sunday, which I was a little bit worried about the timing of.
Yeah,
I'll handle that, and Jessica, I'll just follow up with you, and then we should be able to get them moving.
That sounds great. That sounds great. So moving right
excellent.
along. I mean, it's great. I'm thrilled that we had somebody participate. That
Right.
was really nice. The timing with spring break was a little hard with the schools. But I mean, just getting this off the ground, and Heather, you did all the work, getting this ready to go. So I think it'll be packaged nicely to be able to do it in 2027. So it's a really popular thing. Other boards have a lot of success with it. So
Yeah,
great
and
job.
I'd suggest, I'm not going to be there for the election, but I'd suggest folks saying, like, when folks are giving out stickers to voters,
Right.
this was designed by a local Riverdale artist, and
Right,
just so that folks can take a little bit of pride in that.
yeah. Well, maybe we
Abs-
can make a poster of that. Is there a
Yeah.
poster we could hang up with
Yeah,
that says
absolutely.
that, with that caption?
Yeah, that
Yep.
was Pat's recommendation from RP Arts, that
Yeah,
we make it, blow it up and make it bigger and put it up in town hall.
Yeah.
So that when folks come in, they, that's a thing that people see when they walk into the building.
right. That's excellent. And so maybe some of the young ones will see that when they come with their parents and think, "Pff, I could top that."
Yeah, just that, in 2 years, we're gonna have another contest, and it'd be great for
Right.
you to submit something then.
Right, yeah,
And we can probably start earlier. Like we had the
Yeah.
issue with the federal election happening so soon, but we could start earlier in November and give more time and kind of get it out there sooner than we did last time. So yeah, I think it's great. It's exciting to have folks participating. So that's great. And I'll work on that once you get the go ahead from Riverdale Park Arts. We'll get the stickers ordered, but we'll also get the sign made up, and staff will put that together. So it's awesome. It's really, really nice to have that kind of participation. And then we have the farmers market on May the 1st. So that's next week. And Sarah, I think, will be there to hand things out, and we'll have flyers, but we'll also have voter registration forms, and just everything you could need to kind of get people going and ready to go.
Excellent.
I've copied all of those materials already, so they're ready to go.
great.
Do you have some of the yard signs?
Yep, we could take those too.
Maybe put those up and around
Definitely.
so that people can know what we're talking about too. That might be nice at the farmer's market.
Yep, we can do all that. So I'll work on getting the table and all of that stuff out there for us, and then the signs, make sure we get that all taken down to the farmer's market. So it'll be there when you get there.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
cool.
some of the signs are already deployed in town center and some of
Okay.
the town spaces.
Yes. Oh, I know. I just wanted them by the booth so people knew what we were doing.
And
Kind
people
of.
could take them
yeah.
with them if they wanted to
Yeah,
put them in their yard. We have enough
Yep.
to do that. So people like to take things home. So let's see if they'll
Right,
do the yard
Yep.
sign.
I caught somebody reading the one that's in front of my house. I was very happy, and they were reading the Spanish language side. So I was like, yay.
It's
Good.
very nice. Very nice to see. Terry reported something very similar. One of the kids saw the sign and was asking their parent about it. So it's really nice to have those kinds of things happen, and for the board to get to witness them, because it feels really, really good
Yeah, it does.
to see all that.
Yeah.
So I think that's really everything. It's just a lot of little pieces coming together now, making sure that we have everything together. The one thing we didn't cover were the materials for the election judges.
Yeah.
And so Kate, if you wanted to talk about those a little bit.
Yeah, the only thing I heard, Terry, was from you about what happens if somebody comes in and doesn't have a ballot. And it's in there and we can do more if you like.
Yeah, I saw it in there, but the way that it reads to me is that there could be a determination that someone would not be allowed to vote provisionally.
We invite them, we're seriously inviting them to go home and get it and bring it back, because we don't want two ballots running around. And so if they say, well, I don't have it, or it was, whatever intractable circumstance, then we will say, let's get you a provisional ballot. We're not trying to make it impossible, but we're not trying to make it any easier than it needs to be, just because we want to control the ballots.
So
And
here's
that
my devil's advocate thing there.
Mhm,
That makes it easy on us, not easy on the voter.
mhm.
And if one of our main charters is to drive like voter participation, doing something that makes it more difficult on the voter because it's easier on us, seems to me to like be in contradiction of that.
I understand what you're saying. I think that in other elections farther up, this follows the rule, and
It does not.
it does not, okay?
No, so in the general elections in
Mhm,
Prince George's County, if someone comes in and says that they had an absentee ballot, like you as, if you're the check-in judge, you'll
Mhm.
see it. And you're instructed to ask them, did you vote absentee? And if they say, no, I didn't turn in my ballot, you say, okay, you will need to vote provisionally, and you send them straight to the provisional table. There's no conversation
Okay.
about like, can you go home and find it? There is a provision if they bring it in
Mhm.
or dropping it off
Yeah,
and having it turned in, but there's
Yeah.
never any, like, in fact, election judges are instructed, do not ever turn
to
away
not do
a
that.
voter. Yeah,
Okay,
tell them to leave and go get it.
all right, fair enough. Okay. I'm willing to change that.
Sounds good to me.
Sarah, are you there? Yeah,
Yep, I'm here, and that sounds good to me.
okay, I'll rewrite it.
Yep.
Cool.
Not a
Okay.
problem.
Thank you for your consideration.
Sure. And that was it?
Yeah, I mean, everything else, I mean, this is amazing. It's so detailed. Like,
You need to see the one from
Yeah.
College Park. Oh my God, it's like 50 pages long. No joke. It's crazy.
We're on
Yeah.
our way there though, Sarah. We're on our way there. Just
We are,
starting.
by
I don't know
golly.
if I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, no, their instructions, well, they had a more complicated system.
Kate,
Okay,
have election judges been notified of when the training is?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I saw Sheila on Monday and
She
she
did, she didn't know.
yeah.
You
Okay,
didn't know? Okay, so I know
But
that we told them the day of, like when it would be, but I don't know that we told her the hours specifically. When I reached
Okay.
out, we gave the hours of early voting, the hours of election day. So we probably need to do that outreach. And Kate was
Thank
gonna do
you.
some outreach on that.
Yeah, I tell you what, I will, tonight or tomorrow morning, I will send an email to the list that you sent me. Is there anyone else that I need to get in touch with?
No, Jahara said she may have another election judge, so I will ask her,
Okay.
because we'll have to wrap that up on Monday.
All right, well, I'll copy the board so that everybody will know what those, I'll make it really short, just say, if you're an election judge, you need to be here at 11 o'clock for training. And we'll send further instructions once you're sworn in. The swearing in is Monday?
Monday night. I do know we have one conflict and I'm working with the mayor to find a different time to swear in. We can even do it the morning of the training if that works well.
Right.
So we'll figure that out. But
Okay.
everybody else is good to go for Monday. So,
Okay, okay, so in this note, I'm gonna say, you have to show up for training at this time, you have to show up for the meeting Monday night.
Yep.
At,
What time was it? 8 o'clock or something you suggested?
It's 7:45. We have a
Okay,
public hearing
7:45.
from like 7:30 to 7:45 and then
Okay,
right afterwards we'll do the swearing in.
okay, so we'll say roughly 7:45, and please bear with us. Okay, is there a Zoom, is it the same Zoom link as the one we're using right now?
I'll send it to you. I have an email
Okay.
primed up with the Zoom link in it.
Great,
For Monday.
great. Send
So
it to me and I will add everything to it and we'll get that out either tonight or tomorrow. Okay,
perfect. Yep. So
good.
I think
And
we
if
should
you
be good to
want,
go.
I will follow up with phone calls. If you
Perfect.
think that that's useful. Heather, what do you think?
I might send the email and ask folks to respond to you
Yeah, okay,
off list, not
And then if
reply
we don't
all,
hear-
but just reply
right.
to confirm receipt and confirm attendance, just to
Okay.
make sure.
okay, good idea. All right.
I don't know about y'all, but I don't know. Answer the phone if it's an unrecognized number.
Same.
yep.
For sure.
Okay,
I do that as well. So that, well, in my personal life, definitely not at work. Okay, well, good. So those details are worked out. I'm just trying to think, Heather, because I know I've reached out to everyone about like their food choices, so I'm not sure, or like dietary things. So maybe I did not give the details of what time the training is. So we'll get that all squared away. We do have one new election judge that'll be added Monday night by the mayor and council. And so that's exciting, a new face and a new person to be involved. So that'll be great.
is that person's name on this list?
Yes, and I think I
Okay.
put a little star that they're not sworn or not officially appointed yet.
Okay,
So, yep,
is that Alex Thielheimer?
yeah.
Thielheimer, Thielheimer, okay.
Yep.
All right, very good.
So that's great.
Then just as a heads up for the training, I don't think this will be a problem, but I'm coming back from out of town that morning. I should be back in plenty of time, but I will email if there's
Okay.
traffic or I'm running late.
All right. We're not worried about you.
Fair, but. no.
Yeah, no, it's good to be there.
Yes.
And Heather's gonna send postcards, is that right? You're gonna send postcards from where you're traveling?
I was like, do I need to send postcards to election
Well, I
judges?"
think you should.
Dear
Lovely
election
weather, wish
judges.
you
When
were
was the-
here.
When was the last time you sent a postcard, Heather?
Well, every time my partner and I travel, because she sends postcards to people, so
Oh,
she
that's
buys me
wonderful.
postcards.
Well, it's
then I can send-
4522 Tuckerman Street, you know the zip
I
code.
know where to find you, Kate Kelly.
Wonderful.
Love it. Love it. That is so nice. That is really nice.
I do have one quick non-agenda thing. So
Mhm.
whenever we're done with the meeting and stop recording, I just wanted to share one
Okay.
story. It's not on the agenda.
Yep.
Okay,
All right. Was there anything, the only other thing I wanted to ask about, and I just wanted the board to think about is, it might be worthwhile to do some sort of like reflection or evaluation on how the process went pretty quickly after we're done. If you want to start thinking about a date, and of course it will be open to the public because it's a public meeting anyways, but I think
Right.
it would be nice to hear from residents who are engaged if they had a good experience or they think there's something we can do differently. I have heard from several residents about candidate bios and wanting to have that. So, we'll want to think about that for the next go round. But I think it's good to have like an established time to evaluate how things went. Do you want to do that relatively quickly, like the week after the election? We may be getting reset anyways for a special depending on
yeah,
how things work.
Yeah.
So I just wanted
I
to make
think it
sure.
makes, I also think it makes sense if we could make sure we know when it is, we could even put it up at the polling place that the next
Oh, what a good idea.
Board of Election meeting is at this time, if you have any comments. You know, good, bad, or otherwise, that might be nice.
That's a great idea.
Okay, well, just think about the timing. I mean, we could always do it like the following Wednesday, which is our regular meeting
Right.
time. If everyone's available, just think about that and we can get that on the calendar now. And then I think just thinking about and preparing for if we do need to have a special, like what we need to do what are
Right.
our next steps,
Right.
I think is important. I'm sure the council will have to do something first and then the board will react, but we still need to start thinking of those things.
And
Otherwise,
Heather,
is-
when do you come back, Heather?
I'm back the evening of May 14th.
okay.
So maybe it would be better to wait until the next week.
Yes.
I think May 19th,
Up to y'all if you want to do something like right after, so.
May
we don't
21st.
lose.
I think we're gonna, we love each other so wonderfully and enjoy spending time together, but it might be nice to have a week between having spent like 2 days straight with each other.
I think that's fair. So let's put it down tentatively right now for May the 21st, and we can,
Okay.
that'll give us more time too.
Great.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
put it, if everyone's okay, I'm gonna put it in the crier because that hasn't gone
Yes.
out quite yet. So we'll go ahead
Yep.
and put it in there.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
And that was
Yeah.
it.
We'd love to hear from people.
Yeah, I know. I hope we get some good feedback. All right, so 7:44. Is there anything else we need to talk about before we like
I
go
don't think so.
offline?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Are we so ready to adjourn the meeting?
Yes.
let me turn that
Okay.
off.